Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's your boy Ruck in the building, joined by my guy Cell. You already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Welcome, 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 wherever you're listening right now. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a banger show. Y'all seen what happened last week. Tennessee handles the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament. Second round was not as easy as it should have been. We'll recap that game, but also spring practice week one wrapped. We are now in week two of spring practice. Nico Iamaleava, Lance Hurd, John Campbell, Dane Davis all met with the media on Monday. What a week I feel like they've already started with. I'm excited to see the progression. I'm seeing a lot of clips. I'm seeing a lot of things that I like already with this football team. One thing that I can say about this football team now that is true. This team looks way more athletic than we ever, and I mean ever, have. But then you already know we got to tap into this week and the NCAA tournament. We got a loaded show. Hope you tap in for the whole thing. You already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. You already know what to do. Hold up. Go right here to the drewtennessean.com. Use the code straight up 10. Get 10% off your next purchase. But y'all know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Let's get it. Man, it's a good day to have a good day, bro. Let's go.
From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He got it!
Yo, 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 what's good, everybody, man? It is going to be a fire show. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube right now. Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification, man, right now so you never miss an episode. On the way to 1K, we got to get it. Y'all know what to do. Share this thing. Hit that little square with the arrow. Put it wherever you need to. TikTok, Instagram, X, which sounds so weird. X. What is that? But anyways, share this thing, man. Comment on it, blow it up. Also, everybody listening on Apple and Spotify podcasts, we're glad that you're rocking with us there. Continue to give us a thumbs up, rate it 5 stars. Let everybody know why they need to be tapping into the boys over here at Straight Up Tennessee. Sal, what's good, Brody? What's going on today?
What's good, gang? What's up with you?
Cool. I'm cool and what's popping, man. Bro, I want to start the show off just like this.
Right.
The fact that, okay, the Lady Vols lost in the NCAA tournament. They lost NC State off a terrible call when they inbound the ball. We get a steal, but they said they call a timeout before it. It's bad. Like, you just let them play. That's crazy. But then you got the excitement of what Josh Heupel's doing with the football program. You got the men's basketball team in the Sweet 16, baseball team kicking everybody's tail. Is Danny White really that guy?
He might be. Resume looking good right now.
I mean, bro, softball playing good. So it's just soccer playing good. Like, who else? Like, it's surprising, man. I feel like it hasn't been this way since, honestly, Dave Hart.
Yeah.
And when Hart left, obviously he left when Fomer left and all of that went down. But when's the last time that every sport has been this prominent, this well talked about? It's been a long time.
Right. I don't think it's ever been balanced across the board like this since my era of being a ball fan. I'm only 28. So, I mean, if there's any listeners that's older than that, maybe y'all can tell us of a time. But for me, I think this is like the most evenly spread it's been. But speaking of athletic director and talking about Kelly Harper, I know there's been mixed responses from the crowd, the fan base. What is your opinion? Do you think she's on the hot seat or you think she's fine?
I think I,
Mm,
I think my answer is a little unconventional. She's as close to the hot seat as she could be, but she can't help that her roster hasn't been healthy for the last 2 years. Like Rakia Jackson
cool.
didn't play half the year, basically.
Hmm.
And she's the sole deciding factor on half the games we won. She's so nice. Tamaria Key, I felt like wasn't the same because there
Hmm.
was more attention on her than Jackson, and with more attention on her with Jackson out as much as she was.
And she's
So
not the same since she went out with I think it was the heart problem she has. She's not been the same player since too.
no, and so I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I feel like Danny's super graceful. So I would say, hey, we got to do something this year, or we really do have to talk about it. But I don't see him firing her this year.
Yeah.
Not at
She,
all.
she's got to get some better athletes though. Like the game
That
against
too.
NC State showed that for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, recruiting got to step up. I don't know what the NIL valuation is for the women's basketball team, but that number's definitely got to be more because you starting to see more of the girls that we used to see 10 years ago. They're all going to West Coast now. So it's just, that LA USC money. Like, no way Juju
Hmm.
Watkins should have went to USC, but now they number one seed in the tournament. Like, they nice.
Yeah, yeah. I watched that last night. Man, it's crazy too. I kind of hate the scheduling with the tournament because the girls and boys are literally playing at the same time. But
Hmm.
like I was tapping yesterday, Utah got put out and they got a big that is tough. She had like 40, I think, the game before last night. Juju was playing last night. Caitlin Clark pulled them out of a tough one. Like women's basketball is legit right now. I personally I'm kind of enjoying watching that more than the men's.
Bro, I see. Listen, I'm supposed to be talking about football right now, but you got me on this right now, so I have to say this. I got into a massive debate today with some friends, and I'm talking to a professional hooper right now who has done this for a living for the
Yeah,
last few years. When we talking about the game of basketball, the
yeah,
game, we're not talking about players. Which game is more fundamental, men's basketball or women's?
women's. Not even
Thank
close.
you. Thank you. I'm not talking about like, can Haley Van Lift guard Kyrie? We know that she can't guard Kyrie. And we
Right.
know that Kyrie got more skill. But if they both had the same athleticism, I don't know. I don't
Mm.
know. Like, I don't know. You see, that is the deciding factor to me. The difference is if you truly ain't tapped into basketball, you won't like watching women's basketball
Right.
because it's slow. It's not that entertaining as far as no big dunks or
Right.
oops, or you're not gonna
If you
see no
truly
crazy crossovers or anything like that. But if you love basketball, you will love women's basketball, especially right now.
right. For me, maybe my opinion on hoop has changed a little bit, especially playing overseas and especially like majority of my professional career has been in Europe, so it's a lot more X and O's. But
Yeah.
for women's, like you're saying, since they can't rely on athleticism as much, they're gonna have to execute the X and O's to be, you know, efficient, productive, whatever you want to say. So for me, and then basketball is completely changing. 5 out, you got 33s going up at the college level, which is crazy. And I'm more of an old school inside out type of guy. So, I mean, for me, when it comes to that part, I'd rather watch the women's. But the athleticism point, you got girls dunking and all this stuff now too. It's evolving. But if you're talking about like the pure form of ball, I'm going to go watch the women shoot first.
Thank you. That's all I had to say. I'm a clip. I need that clipped. I need
Right.
that right there. I need that clipped, and I'm gonna
Right.
share that clip. Anyways, y'all, Tennessee football, man, spring practice has launched. I'm impressed. I like McCoy, the transfer from Oregon State. I like him. I really am excited. I'm really excited to see what happens with the defensive backs. That room lost so much. Gabe Judy, Nico Slaughter transfers to Arkansas. Kamal Hadden is now gone. That room has the most spots open. Like, I think we're gonna see a completely different backfield. You saw Turrentine come on last year in the Cheez It Bowl, had him an interception. Jalen McCullough is gone. Like, the secondary, I think the only proven guy, and I can't even say proven, but Ricky Gibson is probably your first starting corner. Everybody after that, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, dog. We're gonna find out. Obviously, it's really been cool seeing Brew McCoy get back in the swing of things, seeing him out there catching balls, not running a ton right now. He still wears his jersey and everything, but he ain't in cleats, which is smart. Keep him out, man. He gonna be ready by the season. But I hate that he got hurt. But if you've not seen Brew McCoy, he looks incredible. Look like he lost about 5-10 pounds. Just like slim, trim, still big Brew, but looks like he just is ready, like looks faster, and he ain't even running. So based off body type, like you can just tell, like, okay, this man looks different. I think the biggest stat for me, and it's not even a stat, but the biggest like eye opener, bro, was Nico Iamaleava came to Tennessee during the Orange Bowl. So you got to remember, this is 2022 Orange Bowl. That's when he enrolled, did early practices. He was 190 pounds. Did an interview on Monday. He is at 215 now. 215.
Sheesh. That's
so
crazy.
And you can tell, like you can look at different, like when he's throwing the football, you can actually see the muscle retract, and it's not just like bone and skin throwing the ball no more. Like,
it's crazy, bro. I don't think people realize how hard it is to put on weight, especially with that tall frame when you're like always active with a high metabolism. And it hasn't even been, what is it, March? 3 months since we see him on the field. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that type of weight gain until like another year, like junior year. But now before sophomore season, when the campaign starts, that's crazy.
And they said when he was playing in the Cheez It Bowl, he was at 203. So to gain 12 pounds, basically, in 3 months is crazy. And to keep it, like you said, they working out, they running, they in the heat, like they doing workouts. And one of the reporters said, Nico, are you tired of eating? He said, some days. He said, some days I like, man, he said, I'm just getting used to the routine of it now. And I'm wondering, bro, like I sit here and wonder, because I just think about myself, like I'm on this journey of cutting up, getting right. I've lost 40 pounds since 2022. Yeah, clap it up. You already know what it is. But the thing about it is now I'm trying to turn more of I'm like eating a whole lot more protein, carbs. Like I cut out a ton of carbs. So they're like reverse dieting me. But I'm still like eating 24, almost 2,500 calories, bro. That is hard to do. Like people, let me say it, hard to do clean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the right foods, the right nutrients. So I'm like, if I'm eating 2,500 calories, Nico got to be eating like 6,000.
Yeah.
Like 6,000-7,000. You know what I'm saying? And how in the world is he doing this? I'm like, it's like protein shakes, bananas. Like, what is he doing?
Right. I mean, it's going to be a little bit easier for him at a high major D1. You know, they got little food stations in the locker room, cafeteria, 24-hour access. So for that part, it's going to be a lot easier for him than the normal person. But that many calories is still wild.
That's crazy. Like he's got to be sick. He's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he wake up and like as soon as he wake up and step out of the bed, he done burn 500 calories. Like, so I'm really wonder what his nutrition plan looks like.
Facts.
One of the biggest surprises I think so far in spring practice, young freshman defensive back Boo Carter. Everybody's excited about Boo. Tim Banks actually said they asked him about Boo's involvement. Like, what is Boo Carter? Like, who is he going to be for Tennessee? We've seen him run the football. We've seen him catch punts in high school. We've seen him catch passes, play DB. Like, who is Tim Banks thinking Boo Carter is going to be? He said, well, we like to score touchdowns on defense too, but we think that Boo is going to be able to help us in all facets of Tennessee football. In that statement, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, is he going to
Very,
return
very
punts as a freshman?
Travis Hunter.
I mean, is he? Because he's just he a weapon, bro. He is a weapon.
Right.
So it's week 2 for Tennessee spring practice. More updates to come. We'll see kind of what's going on throughout the rest of this week, leading into next week, and we'll touch bases on that stuff again. But for all my hoop fans, y'all, we're going to end this one, man. We're going to talk the next few 15, 20 minutes, man, about this NCAA tournament and what we've seen over the first opening rounds, really, of the men's tournament. You know, Sel, when you look at what happened last week, what was the biggest disappointment for you as far as whether it's your bracket or a team you were like, dang, really? Like, y'all got beat like that? I'll tell you first, I think my biggest disappointment from last week was Auburn. I was very, very high on watching them play in the SEC tournament. I'm there. I'm sitting in the SEC tournament, the first session on Friday, watched Tennessee absolutely get murdered by Mississippi State. I was so mad that I said, you know what, let me watch Auburn. And I haven't seen that Auburn team from this year play live, but obviously got to see them there at Bridgestone Arena 2 Fridays ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is a complete team. Like, this team can make a run. And this is further proof. Everybody watching this and under the sound of my voice right now, Auburn losing first round, Kentucky losing first round, but specifically Auburn. This is further proof that the SEC tournament needs to be banned. That is the most wasted championship tournament. Conference tournaments in hoop are waste. If you can't win it in the regular season, that tournament obviously shows you that it means nothing because you won the SEC tournament, Auburn, and you lost the first round.
Right.
That is disappointing to me
You can
because I
argue
thought.
You can
Go
argue
ahead.
that for all conference tournaments, really. At
Yeah,
this point, I mean, unless you're a bubble team, but at this point, all conference tournaments is a money grab.
100%.
You know, I
Who?
mean, for me, this is honestly the first year me filling out a bracket. I was just like, is there even a point of me filling out a bracket? Because I knew it was going to be so wide open, and honestly, it's kind of been there hasn't been a lot of the upsets. Like, there's not really a Cinderella left in the mix right now. But for me,
Yeah.
Auburn, I knew that game was going to be kind of up in the air after their forward number 10. I don't know his name after he got ejected. You could argue with Bruce. I mean, Bruce Pearl thought it could have been Flagrant One. It's kind of up in the air on that. But him doing that cost him his team because he's one, if not their best player. Kentucky was definitely a huge upset. Sorry, Lance. Mark Sadness was in full effect on that one. But I don't understand Kentucky, man. Like, I don't understand how Calipari brings his two best players off the bench. Like, that whole thing is wild to me. But you got a 25-year-old out here making 5+3. Was it 10? Did he make 10 threes?
Yeah, he hit 10.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know. It's been good hoop. It's been up and down. It's been a few blowouts, but most of the games have been pretty good for the most part. But I'd say that Kentucky game was the most disappointing because I had not Kentucky going to the Final Four, but I definitely didn't have them out in the first round.
Yeah, I think I had in one bracket. I fill out 3 brackets every year. I do one. I do one where I'm picking Tennessee regardless. I don't, but everything around it, I just kind of like go underdog a lot. I do one bracket that I'm putting my money on. Like if I'm gonna put
Mm-hmm.
this one, this is the one I really believe.
Uh-huh.
And then I do one where I literally will hit the randomize button. And if I liked it the way they randomized it, I'll keep it. But if not, then I'll change a couple of things. And so in my money bracket, I had Tennessee playing Kentucky in the Final Four. I thought it could happen. I thought it
Yeah.
could happen. And I think that would have been the matchup everybody wanted anyways. Um, and it didn't happen. So thank you, John Calipari, and your roster full of 5 stars who just can't get it done. You know what I'm
I don't.
saying?
I agree.
Uh,
I don't know what analyst was making this point, but I think I agree with him. The freshman, the one and done wave. I think experience and playing against older guys that's staying in college, milking the NIL now. Like we legit have what 24, 25-year-old in Oakland. Like one physically, there's going to be a difference with someone that's 4 to 6 years older than you, and then two, experience comes a huge factor in that. So I don't know if Calipari can still make it far in the tournament anymore off of the one and done wave.
oh yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. I don't think that I you say the one and done wave is over. I think that it is going to hinder programs more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially and really, Cal, really, there's only 3 programs that really 2 programs that hurts the most. That's Duke and Carolina, Duke and Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have one and dones, like you're not seeing a ton of one and dones at Carolina anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really just Duke and Kentucky. I mean, Duke's
Yeah,
class in 24, bro. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
If that team don't win a natty, Duke ain't gonna win another one. Like
yeah,
for a long time. Cooper, they got a squad.
yeah. Cooper's
Cooper
tough.
flagging himself, bro. Like he getting his dude. That might be the one of the coldest white forward guards I
Yeah,
have ever seen in my life, bro.
yeah.
Um, but I agree with you. I think that the one and done wave is going to hurt teams more than it helps them now. I think, you saw Kentucky win one national championship in this Calipari era with
Mm-hmm.
all of these one and dones and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that team that won it is such an exception. Like that team was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was beating them that year. And college basketball in itself wasn't that great that year. If you go back and look at it, that year draft class, I'm pretty sure it was 2012. That's Anthony Davis,
Mm-hmm.
um, Boogie, Boogie Cousins, Anthony Davis. Uh, no, Boogie Cousins played with John Wall.
Right.
It was AD. I'm trying to think of who the guards were.
Bledsoe. No, Bledsoe was with John
No,
Wall
he
too.
played with John Wall too.
That
Oh,
was
you
the
know what?
team.
I got to look at it. I got to look at the roster now. I know it was Anthony Davis, Terrence Jones,
Mm-hmm.
Darius Miller, Michael Kidd Gilchrist,
Mm-hmm.
Deron Lamb, Marcus Teague.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
that.
they had a squad, and Kyle Wilcher. Remember Kyle Wilcher, white boy that could stroke that thing?
Mm-hmm.
They were nice, bro. That was a good roster. And
I
so,
hate that Duke is gonna get like so transitioning. What do you? That's gonna be what. Honestly, all of the matchups this weekend are nice matchups. Like I got notifications on for all of them.
yeah,
Duke and Houston. Who do you have in that matchup?
Duke and Houston. I really, really think Duke can win that game. I think
I hate
Houston
that.
has had so many close games,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Duke can win. But I picked Houston.
Yeah, same. I hate that too because I hate Duke so much. The only time I'm
Yep.
semi like Duke is when Jabari Parker was there because I was a huge fan, but I hate them so much. I hate them with a passion. I wouldn't mind seeing them. I wouldn't mind seeing them win and matching up with North Carolina State in the Elite Eight and North Carolina State beating them.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like, let's just go through it right now. I mean, who you got in the UConn San Diego State game? A
UConn in
rematch of last
transition.
year's Natty.
UConn's looking mighty hot right now. I'm going with UConn.
Same. I got UConn. I was telling Turner this the other day. I said UConn is like the 2015, 16, 2017, 2015, 16, 16, 17 Warriors. Like, you're really not going to beat them. You just
Yeah,
got to hope that they have a bad game. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, I'm sorry. Like, UConn, I'm telling you right now, UConn is winning the Natty unless they have a bad game.
right,
And what is a bad game for UConn? I don't know. I don't know.
right.
They lost how many games this year? 3?
I think so.
So, what is a bad game for UConn? I don't know. Iowa State, Illinois. Who you got?
Even though I'm a fan of Terrence Shannon Jr., I'm going with Iowa State.
Yeah, I picked Illinois. I think Iowa State is really hot.
Hmm.
Illinois is the better team in my opinion,
You
but
think so?
I think Iowa State is so hot right now that it's gonna take a UConn to beat them. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Right.
North Carolina and Alabama.
I might be biased, but I think Bama's trash. I'm going with Carolina.
I picked Carolina too. I'm never picking Rammer Jammer Yellow Hammer. Give them hell, Alabama. I ain't never picking them. Um, Clemson and Arizona. Who you got?
uh, I really don't know because I haven't seen Clemson play at all, and I've seen Arizona play a little bit, and I don't know if I'm fully in on them. But I guess I guess I'm gonna just rock with Arizona.
Yeah. Clemson has shot the ball way too well these first 2 weeks of the tournament, or first 2 games of the tournament.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure they can keep that up because their season average from behind three was right under 35%, which is still good.
Hmm.
But I just don't see him keeping it up, especially against a lengthy Arizona team, man. Like them dudes long. Caleb Love can get in his bag.
Right.
I think Arizona can get it done. And we just talked about Houston and Duke. Who'd you pick? You pick Houston?
Yeah. Hopefully the refs don't get in it, but I think Houston can punk Duke and get the win.
Same. NC State Marquette. Now, I wish that I could repick this now. Marquette wants to lose bad.
Mm.
They
They've
they
been
really
playing with
want
their
to lose.
food. Yeah.
Yes. But I picked Marquette simply because I think Tyler Kolek can score the ball well. They
Hmm.
got enough defenders, I think, that can really slow down DJ Burns. DJ Burns, I never thought he had as much potential as he has now. Watching
Hmm.
him, he is literally Zach Randolph all over.
Yeah. I like to watch it though.
Literally.
He plays at his own pace.
Yep. And people have to play to his pace, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So who'd you pick in that one?
I'm gonna go with NC State.
I like it. I wish I could pick him now, but I didn't. Purdue and Gonzaga. I love this matchup because the
I do too.
Zags are playing out of their mind, and Purdue is literally Sale. They are a one-man show. That is
Hmm.
it. That team is not good, bro.
Right. Me. So I was looking at this earlier. Purdue and Gonzaga played at the Maui Invitational back in Thanksgiving, and Purdue won by 10. If you look at the stats, really the only reason that they won was Purdue went to the free throw line 16 times. Gonzaga only went to the free throw line 8. And
That's
let's
8
see.
points right there.
Yeah, and they shot, but out of those free throws, they only made 5, so that was 62%. Um,
Mm.
and the rebounds was split, which is kind of surprising with Jaden or Ivy, whatever the big guy's name is. But I don't know. I think Gonzaga can beat them. I'm kind of hoping that they can because I think we'll match up with Gonzaga a little bit better. But I think that might surprise some people in that matchup.
Hmm. Yeah, I picked Purdue, but Gonzaga can beat them.
Hmm.
And
Agree.
obviously Creighton, Tennessee. I went with my Vols, but here's the reason I want to explain this to people why. Not just because I love Tennessee. I think this is a bad matchup for Creighton.
Hmm.
And it's because Creighton's last game against Oregon. First of all, you had to go into two overtimes
I'm glad
to
we're
win
not
that
playing
game.
Oregon because we didn't
Yeah,
match up well
that's a
with
bad
Oregon.
matchup. That's a
Hmm.
Mississippi State all over again.
Yeah.
Legit. This Creighton team is a little different to me, though. Tennessee and Creighton are two contrasting styles of basketball. Tennessee defends the three at a high clip. You're not going to hit a lot of threes on Tennessee. That's what Creighton wants to do. And
Mm-hmm.
so you go and look at what they did against Oregon. Creighton had 5 guys play 32 or more minutes. Now, they played double overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. Their 5 starters accounted for 92.5% of their scoring. 92.5% of is the starters. They scored 86 points in the Baylor game. They only had 7 points off the bench.
Well, Tennessee about the same though. Only person scoring off the bench for us is a Walker.
Him, Gainey, when he
Yeah, game.
can.
Yeah,
Meshack, Meshack need to shoot the ball more.
yeah.
Shaq got to shoot the ball more. But you're right. But we still have more than 7 points off the bench in a
Right,
double
you're right.
overtime game.
You're right.
And they had 3 players come off the bench, right?
Mm-hmm.
They combined to play only 18 minutes.
Yeah, that's tough.
They're going to play 5 guys, bro. And they only subbing if they absolutely need a break.
Right.
That we sub like nobody's life depends on it until later in the second half.
Right.
And
We have a little
so
bit more
I
depth.
feel like if we can just get hot, if we just don't miss shots, we ain't losing that game, bro.
But that's the thing with Tennessee. I don't want to bet on that because we're so up and down. Like, I don't know, bro. It's hard because I'm torn between being a realist and a
Yep.
Tennessee fan where, depending on the matchups, Tennessee can make it to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
But if we shoot 33% a game from the field and 12% from 3 again, we're not beating nobody.
Nope.
But it's too late in the season to do it now, but I really wish Vescovi came off the bench and we started Meshack.
Yep.
But it's just all about who's going to help Dalton because I don't want Dalton to have to go for 40 for us to win. I think we play better like we did at South Carolina, at Kentucky when everyone else chips in, but we're
Round
so
1.
inconsistent.
Round 1 against St. Peter's. He only had 23, but it was so balanced.
Yeah.
So who
But
you
Creighton
taking?
doesn't scare me. Creighton didn't scare me at all. So I got us in that one.
Who you got right here? So go ahead.
We ourselves scares me more than our opponent.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. So in that Elite 8 matchup, we got UConn, potentially Iowa State. Who do you got in the Final Four, just in general? Who you got in your Final Four coming out of this weekend?
I got to look at the bracket because mine is busted. So hold on. I got UConn. I guess I got Carolina. I'm going to go Houston. And Purdue. I wouldn't put no money on it, but.
Yeah. That would be the first time, bro, and I can't even think of that 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four. Yeah. How incredible would that be? That would be kind of crazy. Because then you really going to say, man, you got the 4 best teams in college basketball playing to win it all. That would be cool to me.
Yeah.
As much as I want the Vols to get there, I wouldn't be upset about that at all.
Right.
So, keys to victory, man, for Tennessee against Creighton.
Balanced scoring. Actually, no, I ain't gonna say that. Big 3. Adu's got to have a double-double. Dalton Connect's got to have 20, and Zakai's got to have a double-double.
I agree with you. This team has proven that we move and go at the pace Zakai Ziegler goes. Sure. Dalton Connect gonna get his. We know this. If we look up and DK had 18, we like, oh yeah, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, he don't know how to score less than 10. Like, he don't know how to.
Right. He can get 10 just from running the floor. He runs the floor well.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me, I think, is going to be 3-point efficiency as far as the defensive rate. How many closeouts do we have? But not only how many closeouts do we have, how many closeouts are affecting the shots? I think, I'm going to count this number. I figured this out how to do this. Basically, every closeout is a point, and every 3 is you count it as 2 points. At the end, you average them up, and it'll get your defensive 3-point efficiency. So I'm going to do that number. I'm very interested because Creighton's going to shoot a lot of threes, bro. I imagine Creighton, for all my Knoxville people, Creighton reminds me of Halls. Like bunch of not really athletic white dudes, but they will light you up because they fundamentally skilled enough to do that, and they play like as a team. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about the matchup with the bigs? I don't know their bigs name, number 11. How do you think?
Yeah, like Bricker. I don't remember his name either, but he's 7'1". He's slow. Yeah. I'm not scared of that guy. He don't like to play defense, and that's the thing I think that Creighton hasn't seen all year. Baylor didn't give it to him. Nobody gave it to him. They don't know what physical defense is. And we about to be able to body them. And I think that's going to be the determining factor. They're going to have to match up and be physical, not just score. Like, you got to be physical against Tennessee. And Texas really was. They were the same. They matched our intensity. I don't think Creighton is going to be able to do that.
Agreed.
So I got the Vols, man. I got Tennessee winning on Friday at 1 a.m.
Bro, why
I don't know how
that?
we keep pulling these games, bro.
Is Detroit Eastern time too?
Yes.
A 10 o'clock tip off as well.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's nuts. I got Tennessee, though. I got them winning. And I picked this for Texas, man. I thought it was going to be a close game. I said it. I think anytime a coach is playing their former team, it don't matter if they were trash. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
I think with this Creighton game, Tennessee kind of gets their swagger back a little bit. I think we win by 7 or 8. I think that score is going to be something like 72-67, 72-65, something like that. You hold Creighton under 70. Anytime Creighton was held under 70 throughout the year, I believe that they were like 12-6. So that's a W to me. So I got the Vols winning about 72-65. I think that it's just a bad matchup for Creighton this time, which plays in our favor. So
agreed. I think it'll be in the same there too, unless if we score any higher than that, then I don't think it'll be close. So I think majority of the tournament, if Tennessee keeps playing, it's gonna have to be in the 60s or 70s.
Agreed. Y'all, we'll be back, man, later on this week. We'll probably tap in again before that second round, because at this point, Tennessee's not going to play. If we win Friday, we're not going to play till Sunday. So we'll tap in. We'll lock back in. We'll get some more updates on spring football practice. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. But also, man, stay tapped in. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notifications, share it. Apple, Spotify, share it. Do whatever you got to do. Follow us on Instagram, man. If y'all haven't ever seen the banner right here, go ahead right here, man. Follow us on Instagram right there at Straight Up Tennessee, Twitter at Straight Up TN, Facebook at Straight Up Tennessee, baby. You already know what it is, man. For my guy Cell, it's your boy Ruck in the building. Y'all know what it is. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you back for round 4. Wow. We speaking it into existence. Round 4 of the NCAA tournament. Tennessee plays Creighton Friday. TBS. Let's go Vols. Let's handle the business. We'll see y'all later this week.